So today we're going to look at this E-Flite F-15, and it's a really nice looking scale replica of a kind of more modern warbird than the other warbirds I have behind me, like the T-28 and the Corsair. I haven't flown jet RC airplane that much, so it will be really interesting to see how I actually can handle this one. So let's go outside. So it's a bit scary to actually get this one up in the air because I'm not an experienced EF pilot by any means. And I will hand launch it, so I'll just grab it by the landing gears, rear ones, and let's go full throttle. Okay, so I'm just trying to get a sense of how to operate the throttle in a good way. To make turns, as this one doesn't feature a rudder, I actually just pull the elevator, pushing it. So it does actually glide kind of nice when I'm not going full throttle, and when I'm picking up speed, it just, as most of these EDF, there is a bit of hesitation, so you don't get the push right away, but it takes a bit of time just to pick up speed. But you can make quite tight turns if you just bank it and use the elevator to push through the turn. But you really need a good location with lots of space, so flying over ice is actually nice. So let's do a turn then and just try to push it a bit. Go for a lower flyby. Wow, yeah. So it's exciting going that near you. There's actually no time to think. You just have to be on the airplane to be able to fly this one. So let's go fast once more. Really nice speed. Okay, 30 seconds, so I think I will just try to land it somehow, and I will I've actually let's go around. Just face the wind. So one more turn. I will try to make this kind of a high alpha approach, as I've tried it in the real flight simulator. So let's go for slow it down, do a high alpha. Okay, well, it went up, it went down. So that's the E-Flite F-15 flight then, short flight. So it was kind of interesting flying this E-Flite F-15, especially since I'm not an expert EDF pilot by any means. This is actually just my third EDF RC plane I fly. So I mean, it's a lot different actually than to fly a prop driven RC airplane, because I mean, there are so many things that are different about it. And this one also, it doesn't feature any rudder, so it's only a 3-channel when it comes to the controls actually. So to make tight turns, it's no problem actually, because you just bank it and then you just pull the elevator, and it turns quite fast actually. So I mean, I'm a bit torn about this one because it does require a lot of space to fly it. It's really fast, and you cannot, you know, go too docile flying it, because that's not what an EDF flying is about. I think it was really exciting just to do these fast flybys, and I think the noise from the EDF is just really pleasing and almost real sounding, and it's also very powerful. I did try to launch it, hand launch it using 3-cell batteries, but you know, I did once and it just crashed, and I tried once more, and it just crashed again, because I think it's probably kind of difficult to actually get it in the air with 3 cells. So, and I used the 4-cell 2200 milliamp batteries for the flight, and they work just great. But 3-cell, I wouldn't really recommend to fly 3-cell, because it's difficult to launch it. And I did actually hold it by this rear landing gear and just tossed it up in the air, which works quite nice on 4-cell. But I did actually manage to brake. So if you just look underneath this plate over here, there's a crack, and this one is bent, so I have to fix it. I think it happened when I had when I tried to launch it on the 3-cell battery. And I did also, prior to flying this one, I did actually reinforce the nose. So inside there are actually carbon fiber rods going all the way into the nose. So because I know that if you actually break the nose clean off, it's quite difficult to repair it. And as this also featured the steerable landing gear underneath, so I think it's best just to reinforce it. And any RC airplane which you have, and there are like weak spots which are actually the nose, I recommend you to put in some sort of carbon fiber rods, because it will make your RC plane last much longer. But I mean, well, I think to me at least, it's a really learning experience to actually fly EDF, and you really have to have a nice location. I had lots of space on the ice, but that's only during the winter, and in the summer, I don't know, you really should have a large field to fly this at. And I think the flying time of only 3 minutes on each battery is you don't really have a chance to get to know this one, and then you have to purchase many batteries, and they are quite expensive. So I think that well, I'm a bit torn if I will keep it, but it was a really interesting flight, and I think it's no problem with the plane. It's just a super nice looking, orientation wise, it's easy to see in the sky. So that's the E-Flite F-15 then.